Hey, it's Neville here. Now, when starting a business, people often don't know what they should charge. Should I charge $7 for the product? Should I charge $97 for the product? Should I charge $5,000 for the product? What is it? Well, there is one way to figure out how much to charge, and I'll show you my personal easy 4-step process for this right here. So, step number 1 is working backwards towards a number goal. So how much does a product need to cost to hit your goal? So let's say you want to make $100,000 in extra revenue per year simply because that number just sounds really cool. Well, that's great because now we have a number goal to work towards, $100,000 in 1 year. So you've now completed step 1. Step number 2 is run the numbers through this calculator. So on Copywriting Course, we have this easy product pricing calculator you can see here. So if you want to make $100,000 in the next 12 months, this calculator breaks down that number into logical little steps. So for example, it says you want to make $100,000 in 12 months. That means you need to make $8,333 per month, or that breaks down into roughly $278 per day. So this gives you a good little idea of, oh, $278 per day, I could probably do that. And can I repeat it over and over and over? So it just helps you break down into tiny logical steps what you need to do. Then it also goes into a little bit more detail over here. And it says, if you sell a product to make $100,000, you'll need 5,000 people to buy a $20 product. Or you'll need 1,000 people to buy a $100 product. Or you might only need just 5 people to buy a $20,000 product. So if you could sell a $20,000 product or service, you only need 5 customers in the whole year to make $100,000 in revenue. That's pretty good to know. Step number 3 is finding out what's realistic for you. So if you're selling a small product for $20, are you realistically able to sell 5,000 of them to hit your $100,000 goal? You know, if you have a really tiny audience, or maybe there's just not that many people in your market, maybe selling 5,000 products is just not possible for you. And so you won't be able to hit the goal at that price point of $20. Or maybe you have a very niche audience, like you sell detailed intelligence research to hedge funds that specialize in Guatemalan avocados. In this case, there's just only a few people in the whole world that you're going to be able to sell to. So in this case, you'd want to sell a higher end service or product to only a few people. This kind of service could fetch a higher fee, and so just 5 clients at $20,000 a piece could get you to that $100,000 price range, whereas there might not even be 5,000 people to sell your $20 product to. And step number 4 is to explore different payment models. Not every business just sells a product on a one-off basis. Some people can charge subscriptions by month or year, like how you pay for Netflix or your car insurance. So if you set up a monthly subscription, to make $100,000 in 12 months, you would need to get 5,000 people to pay $2 per month, or you would need to have 1,000 people pay $8 a month for 12 months, or you could get 50 people to pay $167 a month for 12 months. The point is, you can try out different subscription models to see how much money you would make. In fact, you can even try out our recurring revenue calculator. This is a handy little tool that will show you how much money you can make selling something like a software subscription or a subscription community. For example, in our own copywriting course community, let's say we set the price to $97 a month and that people stay on for an average of 6 months, and we have 100 customers. This will tell us that we'll make $58,000 in revenue for this product. But if we get 500 customers, we'll get $291,000. And from this, we can start playing with different levers like the price or the average length that the customer stays subscribed or the number of customers that we have to start playing around with the revenue. So let's say we're able to increase these 500 people to stay on for a full 12 months. Well, now we're making $582,000 in revenue. And let's say we're able to get to 3,000 customers. That means we're making $3,500,000 in revenue. So we can pull these different levers to keep people in the community or make it a higher average order value or get more customers and see where we can land and what goal we can hit. Go ahead, play around with these calculators to see what kind of prices you can charge. For example, let's say I want to set my goals a little bit higher and make $1 million in the next year. So if you want to make $1 million in the next 12 months, that means you have to make $83,000 a month. That's roughly $2,778 per day. And if I sell a product, I'll need 5,000 people to buy a $200 product to make $1 million. Or I need 1,000 people to buy a $1,000 product to make $1 million. Or I only need 5 people to buy a $200,000 product to make $1 million. So you can start playing with these things to see how much it would take to make $1 million. Or get this, I could get 1,000 people to pay $83 per month for 12 months, and that will make $1 million. So by working backwards to a number goal, you can use these calculators to run basic math that can help you achieve your goals. So let's go over quickly again the 4 steps to finding out the pricing that you want. Step number 1 is working backwards towards a number goal. Find the number you want to hit and the amount of time you want that to take. Step number 2, run the numbers through these calculators. Step number 3, find out what's realistic for you. Do you have a small audience? Then maybe you'll only be able to sell a small amount of product. If you have a big audience, maybe you can sell a large amount of product. And then number 4, explore different payment models. You don't only have to sell things on a one-off basis. You can charge subscriptions and all sorts of different types of payment models. I hope this helps you find a proper price for your product. A lot of people that come to our copywriting community are just totally baffled at how to pick a price, and they often just don't have an end goal in mind that they're trying to hit. So if you follow this 4-step process, I bet you'll be able to find a price that works for you and your customers and be able to hit your goal. And I hope you are able to do that. My name is Neville Medora, and I will talk to you later.